Maayong adlaw to the viewers of BFP TV Bumbero 7. And welcome back to our portion of this program, no? We call it the Lex Bumbero. Lex Bumbero 7. So, for this portion, we are going to tackle one of the novel, what we call this, advocacy here in BFP 7. And we call it LIFT BFP, or the Legal Advocates and Intermediaries for Firefighters in the Bureau of Fire Protection. Now, this is an unprecedented advocacy. This is the first time here in the Bureau, and perhaps the first advocacy in military and uniform agencies. So, the aim actually is to provide free legal representation to the members of the BFP. Now, paano ba ito na-conceptualize? As we all know, the BFP now is not only mandated to provide or become a response agency or disaster response agency. We are actually a regulatory and law enforcement agency here in the country. Now, as part of our job, we are enforcing the fire code. We're enforcing some of the provisions of the revised penal code, like that of arson, prosecuting arson, and other law enforcement functions. Unfortunately, as a consequence in the enforcement of these laws or these functions, our personnel are subjected to some harassment and reprisal cases. Kinakasuhan para i-harass or para balikan kung ano man yung mga enforcement na ginawa ng ating personnel. Now, the BFP Legal Service is very active in protecting our personnel. Aside from advisory functions, we actually do the pleadings of our personnel that are subjected to these cases. However, when it comes to actual representation in the court, like kung ikaw mismo yung abogado ng bumbero, the lawyers in the BFP are actually prohibited from doing so. Now, we can look at the cases of Inojo and Fajardo and some other cases wherein a lawyer is disciplined by the Supreme Court for representing the personnel of his agency where he is employed. Sabi ng Supreme Court that, let me paraphrase, that there is a basic conflict of interest here. Sabi in one case, because according to the Supreme Court, the lawyer, the government lawyer, is an employee of the government. Now, the ombudsman, for instance, is part of the government. So, you're going against the very employer you swore to serve. So, there's conflict of interest. So, nakita ito ng ating regional director, and we cannot just sit idly at wala tayong gagawin. By the way, we actually have a law, a pending bill in the Senate and House of Representatives to give legal assistance to our employees or BFP personnel and other military and uniform personnel, but still pending before the House of Representatives and the Senate. We need to do something, kasi as we speak, many of our personnel were already subjected to harassment and reprisal cases. So, original director conceptualized with this advocacy, the LIFT BFP. And last January 7, 2025, this year, this advocacy was launched. This advocacy was launched in time with the New Year's call. During that time, we have 21 private practitioners, private lawyers who partnered with us. We call them the BFP Legal Partners. As of today, we have 21 BFP Legal Partners or private practitioners now. So, we are happy to announce that all of the provinces, the 4 provinces here in Region 7, are duly represented. No? We have 1 from Siquijor, 1 from Bohol, 3 from Negros Oriental, 8 from Metro Cebu, 4 from Cebu North, and 4 from Cebu South. No? In fact, during the launching of this advocacy last January 7, 15 of the 21 private practitioners were there. They were present. And one of them, Attorney Arian Paralisan, even gave her message.
Through this initiative, we as legal partners have the privilege to give back. We recognize the immense value of the work you put every day. And this is more than just legal aid. This is protecting the very people who are protecting us.
Message of acceptance of the responsibility and a call for coordination regarding this advocacy. So we are happy and we are thankful to our legal partners for this partnership. No? During that day, they signed a MOA, a Memorandum of Agreement. This is one of the final provisions of the final copies of the MOA. No? So according to this MOA, the BFBLPs or the BFP legal partners will provide services not only to our uniform and non-uniform personnel, including commission and non-commissioned officers, no? But also to the relatives of our personnel up to the 4th degree of consanguinity or affinity. No? But however, we have limitations. No? We have exceptions. No? Where we can provide the services. No? Isa sa mga exception po is, number 1, the case must be service-related. Personal cases of our personnel are excluded po, especially for the commission and non-commissioned officers and non-uniform personnel. No? Excluded po kung personal cases. Number 2, the personnel or the officer must not exhibit any corrupt practice on the acts alleged. No? Walang serious misconduct dapat na ginawa si personnel. Third, si personnel ay dapat walang gross neglect of duty na manifest sa actions. Fourth, hindi siya dapat sexually related case. No? And fifth, the personnel must be a qualified beneficiary according to the rules provided by the Supreme Court, the ULAS rules. No, so ito yung contents nito. So there would be a vetting process also, meaning the legal service of the BFP 7 will determine if kung personnel ba is qualified according to this or exempted yung case niya. So may basic na question yung tatanungin lang si legal service, and he will go through the documents for the legal service to determine if this is a qualified beneficiary. So these are the responsibilities of the BLP. No? So to render pro bono legal aid service to the BFP personnel. Pro bono meaning waive talaga yung acceptance fees, waive yung attorney's fees on any documents na gagawin. However, there are minimal contributions only on the appearance fees to defray the expenses of the legal partners sa fuel expenses and yung pamasahe papunta sa korte. No? So, the legal partners also shall render in a discounted rate legal assistance to the relatives of the personnel. And also we can also invite them to provide lectures, seminars, or training to BFP 7 personnel regarding relevant laws, rules, and procedures. So marami po ito. And on the part of the BFP, we have to conduct the initial vetting process kung eligible yung personnel natin, and provide the support, manpower and material support, mga documentations po, in rendering these pro bono services. So, this was made possible because of a new law or rule that was sponsored by the Supreme Court, issued by the Supreme Court. We call this the ULAS rules, no, or the Unified Legal Aid Service rules, no, of the Supreme Court. So we are in response, or para to compensate also kung ano yung services na binigay ng ating legal partners, we will try to accredit kung ano yung mga legal aid service nila in accordance to ULAS rules. Now, this is the one of the undertakings also of the Bureau of Fire Protection. And so this is the LIFT BFP. And we are hoping that the goal of this advocacy will be realized, hopefully, God forbid na may magkaso na bombero, especially harassment and reprisal cases, we can tap our BLPs. We have now the BLPs, our BFP legal partners, to tap, to represent them pro bono, and realize this program. And as according to our regional director, this is not a reason for our personnel to do corrupt acts, but an encouragement for them to do the right thing, because we have our partners, our legal partners, to support them in case merong, sabi ko nga, harassment and reprisal cases. So that concludes this month's episode of Lex Bumbero here at BFP TV Bumbero 7. Tandaan, sa BFP Region 7, ligtas ka. Mayong adlaw sa tanan.